Test. My mic was muted. Of misery. Chesamil was worried sick about you. A healer wringing her hands is not a sight you ever wish to see. Let me tell you. Anyways, we just defeated Vaughtry. Absorbed the light of the final Sin Eater. And it turned out to be too much for our mortal vessel. And now as it stands, we are about to turn into Sin Eaters ourselves. We only have a bit of time left before our deaths. Oh, sweetie, you're alive. No one's been allowed to see you. Even Spagrix Chirurgeons were forbidden from making visits. Ryan was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to Eater corruption, so I suppose there was little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure to your condition. I worry to see their faces grow ever more haggard every time they pass through the crystarium. I shall let them know you're awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they all collapse of exhaustion. Fluffy chuckle. Thing. Muffins. There we go. Cat. Oh, Mistra. I would like to sit there. Mistra, please. I would like to sit, Mistra. You may sit on my lap. We can share if you would like. I do like sharing. Ah! Okay. And our own Warren has been a little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with his nose buried in one dusty tome and another. I wonder what our companions have been up to. Last I saw, we were all together, taking on Vaughtry. Mistra? Real chonky. Following you. Confound it! This says the same thing as the last. Perhaps I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Roos, is it truly you, and not some figment of my imagination? Oh, but this is wonderful. 'Twould seem my prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring our shelves for the wisdom to explain this most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the Light Wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have pored over 100 tomes, but no definite conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. Now that you're awake, however, I'm hopeful the search for our stolen steward might begin in earnest. Catless, meanwhile, leads the crystalline mean in preparations for battle, though against what foe we are yet uncertain. When I pay her visit, I expect seeing you upright would be a much welcome relief. We... Yeah. Bruce, alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright, you know. You know that? Not a day's gone by that I haven't heard folk worrying about what's become of you or the Exarch. Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered well enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away though, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helms, then maybe you would have won the day, and the Exarch would still be here. As such, we're keeping busy consulting each other and forging new techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear we're trying to improve. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with the different patterns and materials, and I'm not sure we have that kind of time. That sounds like a challenge he would enjoy. Greetings, Glynard. The Master of the Stairs is running his own errands now, is he? Aye. Well, my servers are distraught enough as it is. I don't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absence genius and his epiphanies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours. And by genius you mean old Grenold? He is a man of unrivaled gifts. I won't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do to us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen hide or hair of Grenold since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like when he latches onto an idea. He's probably cloistered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. Oh, that does make things difficult. So if that eccentric is someone you're destined to meet, I wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many's the tale that I've heard told of strangely fated encounters. You never feel it might be stretching the truth a little bit. We'll keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Grenold, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk when you're fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalescing, eh? Oi, before you do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking of my stock until you're properly well, but if you're passing near the stairs, then I've got a regular who's eager to see you. I'd best be getting back. Just because the world's coming apart at the seams doesn't mean we'll have to follow suit now, does it? Hear, hear. Hear, hear. We can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded, or the exile might not have much of a home to return to. So am I just gonna wander off and die and... Well, you're right. I think a return to your sickbed might be in order. Or you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to the rookery. This damnable sky doesn't make for the most soothing scenery, but the exile often like to stand there and feel the wind upon his face.
people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight.
Albert, have you been watching over us?
How torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
Oh, no. I still can't believe it's coming from me. Secrecy is worse. I'd rather people knew. I still can't believe it's coming from me.
Neither can I, to be honest. But you heard what the Ascian said. The light you shine will warp the world around you, whether you like it or not. Even your Stoller and Reen had to concede that point.
After all our work, what do we do now?
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet.
It's true, I'm still alive. There may yet be something we may do. Whatever that is, we'll find it. I mean, it's... Obviously there's a...
I remember looking up at the sky like this before.
more story after this.
Being caught up in a strange kind of calm.
Imagine our character just explodes or something and the story ends and you gotta make a new character in the new expansion.
It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice, one last fight, one last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had.
Oh. Honestly, that scene kinda made me emotional. I don't know how they do it so well. Just placing him, watching the results of us bringing all of the land together to create a giant golem to pull a mountain down from the sky. Just the scene of him watching made me emotional. They're so very good at that, the writers of this game.
So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well?
Say you. Something's gonna happen.
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours.
What do you mean, Albert?
I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish.
What is the word I'm looking for? A story where your failures compound and everything falls apart. Only for for a character to have renewed hope through someone else's actions. It's kind of, I don't know, it makes me feel... It's such a great story. It's beautiful in a way.
For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
It's funny that after all this time, we're still the only one.
Here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
Okay, I still find it funny that we're still the only one who can see and talk to him. Oh, Fel is... I knew she would show up at the final moment, but it's still... I'm so glad to kind of see her. They could have easily just left her out of the story once her time was up.
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you?
Oh.
Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle. It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Ilmeg will rise up in your defense.
Oh.
My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
Never make a deal with the Fae. Even if it's Fel who has been actually really supportive.
What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? My dear beloved sapling, you are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place.
Words of wisdom from a tiny little fairy. Fel always shows up at the right time. Actually, a great character.
Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue.
Graha. Graha.
You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer.
How is she so wise? Well, she is a fae,
With it, I wonder.
an immortal being.
I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Dirty trick. I feel like that's not... What is this? In his garden? Ah. There you are. Oh, I did not expect you to see on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search for an Amaro. What do I know of the crystal exarch? I'm happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in this city could tell you, he's a man of wisdom and compassion and many untold secrets, but none could doubt his generosity. When the crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed the folk to plunder the town for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons past, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The exarch merely smiled and said, because one day, the crystal tower may vanish as suddenly as it's arrived. Meow. Amaro alert. It is good to see you in awake and alert, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that. If anyone has fresh insights to share, then it'd be Captain Lina, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater attack not long after she was born, and the exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you decide to talk to Lina, she'll be at her usual post at the Ascenso Gate. Oh, was there something else you needed? If you come for the results of my research into this persistent light, I'm afraid there's little to tell us of yet. Records pertaining to the exarch? Well, I need no documentation to relay what little I know of his history, if that interests you. Less than a decade has passed since the coming of the flood when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Less than a decade? Its summoner, the exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or Vobertites fleeing their ruined kingdom. And together did they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal dress. Thus did the people consider his scintillating skin so alike to the tower he had summoned, and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, 'twould seem that is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. This way. Over here. I'm glad these two are still meeting up. When I first stepped into the crystarium, these were the first two I noticed. The simple additions of characters running up and down the street and meeting add so much life to a game that I feel is really underappreciated by devs. I was not told you had awoken. A welcome surprise. Now if only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand the hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join you in Colusia, the Exarch entrusted me with the key. It opens a door in the ocular to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. He bid me allow none other into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Vaughtry loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I crawled a look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting? Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. But you have come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Ah, I see I'm not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Jan, 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 Jan. Ranald. Loiter's back, but mark my words, it won't be for long. Why, I bet the Warrior of Darkness is out there fighting for us even as we speak. I was afraid that my subordinate here would be thoroughly disheartened with the return of the light, but she has been more confident and resolved than ever. She has matured much in a short time. Come, Meet me in the ocular and I will unlock the door within. Chan 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 chan. Da na do 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 do.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Well, Lina, such loyalty. Are you not curious what lies within? What dark secrets the Exarch might be hiding within? Collection of books? What kind of books? Oh my. Are those the kinds of books I'm thinking of? His own private collection? Ones that he thoroughly enjoys? Oh, Urianger is here.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag
8th
our
umbral
champion
catastrophe?
unto an early grave.
What? Is that the future or the past? I don't remember.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Love the way Urianger speaks.
But where to begin?
His use of
I
words
should
is
start
so...
with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest.
Great minds is so the calamity. Sid
In
Garland.
hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures.
So he's from the future.
It proposed a method by which one could enter the river of time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes. And thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice.
So he's from the future?
But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People
No.
cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished.
No.
Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries,
Gosh, the music.
descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and in doing so, roused its caretaker, me.
Two centuries in the
By this
future
stage,
is
scholars
when he
have
was
largely
awoken.
established the phenomenon
But is he
of
not?
joining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th Umbral Calamity.
He is an Allegan, right?
This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
Compeers.
By means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the source.
Time travel and into a whole other effectively world.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous.
What an insane plan with
Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable.
I noticed that's a common theme with this Shadowbringers, which is to toil and to work for the future with no expectation or reward for yourself. While you live.
The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope.
Oh my gosh, is he the...
in an age of suffocating shadow?
Is he the biggest Warrior of Light fanboy?
In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights.
Oh my gosh, the music is gonna make me cry.
And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him.
Words from the future, that is...
The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live.
That is the most wild story and the most epic thing I've ever heard or could ever dream of. Your legacy, like, I've already enjoyed the fact that so many people sing your praises in the story once you've become, once you've become famous, because you're the defeater of gods and everything. And while normally you expect, they've already gone through they've already shown that people look up and respect your character. But it never occurred to me to have the future generations hear your story and sing their praises for you, only to send their feelings back in time to try to save you. Like, that is the craziest thing. Who thought of that?
I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
I heard the rights of the Crystal Tower series wrote Shadowbringers, and man, she is very... how did she come up with that? It blows my mind.
For sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice?
Oh, he just wants a
You
friend.
yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. It was clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world.
Oh,
I now
Urianger.
trust you to choose the right path forward,
Urianger,
even if that choice came with a heavy price.
all his nerdy talk, he really is a real one. Such amazing companions.
What price?
I feel like the 14 companions should stand on, what's the word? The Final Fantasy XIV should stand at the top of some of the most amazing Final Fantasy characters. They really should.
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the rift.
Oh. I was wholly convinced that he saw
Is
it.
this truly thy wish?
But no, it was
History
the
will
plan
remember the Warrior of Light.
it was the plan the entire time.
And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that man is a hero that stands shoulder to shoulder with any of our characters. My god.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do?
I mean to have a few words with both Emmet and the Exarch.
We should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere. Hidden.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped up. Oh man, the story really is beautiful and brilliant. I don't know why I played other games when I could have been playing Final Fantasy XIV. Did you find the answer you sought? Is there nothing more you need? I will go and lock the door. I have some questions about the Tempest. The Tempest? That's a name given to the seas by which Calusia is bound. If you make a request to the Tamers, they will provide you with the morrow to fly you over the waters, but... Do you mean to leave right this moment? Alone? I'm not sure that... nay, I will not seek to stop you. Go with the blessings of the Shadow, and I shall wait your safe return. I freaking love this game. I'm gonna freaking cry. This game makes me feel emotions. Uquana Morrow. Just a moment, I shall saddle our swiftest beast to fly to the island. To the open water. To the depths of the Tempest. Our Morrow can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor. Who else can swim with me? Only Lise, right? And she is not here.
Ah, we have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste.
I don't know why, but I rarely feel this, but it actually does feel like friends checking up on you. That's not something I feel from RPGs very often.
Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
Oh, they're caught up too.
I offer no excuses.
Stand up, Urianger.
When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not?
Art thou not?
If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
I forgive you. Let's go. I forgive you, Urianger.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
We've been through so much together.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianger. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here, at least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Oh, Elise with her sharp tongue, always ready to chime in.
Alice, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple.
She has a point.
We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You
New?
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
No. Me too.
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is
I'm feeling so many emotions.
Your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
Support my
Invited
companions.
them to join us, where there are not so many. Come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Oh my gosh, she still is my favorite. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Leave it to us. We'll see the exile home safe and sound. Oh, I don't know about that. Defend the Crystarium until we return. That's all I can say. Just so you know, I will not look kindly on any further attempts to leave us behind. We do this together. I once said that I wanted to fight for Snean, that I wanted to save him, not let him be sacrificed for a cause. And now I say the same to you. Gods know you spent enough time charging into danger on our behalf. It's only fair that we return the favor. Volunteers who journeyed to Calicia have all been safely returned to their homes. They also assured us that they will do their best to hold the Eaters at bay in our absence. There's nothing I can do to cleanse you of the light's corruption, but I'll do everything in my power to keep it in check. If the Warden's Ether overwhelms you again, you will become a Sin Eater. So please, save your strength for when it really matters. Thou didst plan to commandeer a marl for thy journey to the open sea. I fear the following dive down into Elmet Sucker's underwater abode would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during thy convalescence, we consider the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest. I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet, ere we discuss this step, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remains to thee in the Crystarium. Once the sea closes above our heads, we're unlikely to surface again until our grand deed is done. Let us go. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. All destinations the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus, I would petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me into the hamlet of Sullen, which lies to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. And you? Oh my gosh, this game's actually so beautiful. 2 storm-tossed seas. There, to the west, canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for mine insistence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flow and flounder where thou mayest glide like a fish. I shall board a boat to the island, and spare one in all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. I love the fact that some of our companions really can't swim. And I love that throughout the story, we've had Alfino slowly learning how to do so. I believe he's still not as good as his sister is, but he's learning. Suspicious rock formation. What is this? 2 curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of a giant stone island. It's a nautilus! Is this connected to the Fae in some way? Is it connected to those crazy frogs that just want to entertain themselves? Because those things are... Let's dive. Lower? Nope. Ah. The appears to be solid enough. The rocks yield slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? The giant nautilus. Ah, there you are. Once you complete your underwater investigations, the path here leads to the top of the island. If you solve Urianjay's little mystery, then you can find him further up the slope. 'Twas all rather obvious to my eyes, though. I can see I have an unfair advantage. You smartass. Even seeing it up close, I'm still not sure what's so special about this island. There you are, Dancred. The locals call this the Isle of Ken, which I presume must refer to knowledge. Either that or someone's being awfully zealous about marking his territory. Isle of Ken. Well, what hast thou discerned? It's just like the big one. Yes, yes. Ah, thine impression is not inaccurate. According to the lore of the Pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. His name is Bismarck. Aye, the self-same title which we know the great feathered were revered by the Vanu of the Source. I would enlist its aid to bear us onto the deep, and thence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the ruby sea. Within its compass we will move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence while I may make my supplication. Is Urianjay reaching his summoner arc? This is Bismarck? What is Bismarck the Primal doing here, though? Has it just been summoned in multiple places? Is that a thing?
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
Bismail.
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alina.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
Uh-oh. I know what to do. We need Fairul. Imagine she doesn't show up. This is like the first time we've called her.
Oh, my snake yak! I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight.
Oh my gosh, this... I did not expect... I had good first impressions with Vail, but normally fairy characters are so annoying. But I actually really like Vail.
Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can.
I never expected a fairy to dote on your character like this. It's kind of precious.
Yes, Bismail will picked. Van dromi drom Jacob. Van red richier. Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
Scrub his teeth. Just brush his teeth when he comes back.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
I kind of like how these Fae are actually surprisingly supportive of mortals. Fantasy Fae will mess you up. Like you'll be walking in the forest, you'll hear someone just call out to you and be like, "What's your name?" And then you tell them your name, and next thing they steal your name forever, and they like toss it in the garbage somewhere, and no one ever, past, present, or future, will ever remember you. You still exist, but you will never be recognized for the rest of your life. In fact, maybe you don't even recognize yourself. You wander around as an empty shell of a mortal. And then the Fae will just twitter away, laughing at you as you wallow in misery. Actually kind of cool. So when we beat up Bismarck, do we just slap him over to the first?
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows?
100 years of honey and rainbows?
Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold any.
Oh, they in for a surprise.
What the? You see that?
What a monster! Where did it even come from? Whoa there! It's not stopping! Run! Run!
Oh my. Wait, he just goes back. He just makes a bubble. There's something I find charming about An ancient primal whale, calling us little neighbors. I like it. I like it a lot. He just slapped us down here and blew a bubble, and here we are. Oh, here we are.
Wow.
I did not expect us to put us under the ocean, but it's not a Final Fantasy game unless you're under the ocean somehow.
See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
What kind of... is this... what is this place? Is it a dungeon? No, it's an actual area. Wait, what? Oh my god, the music! I dare say Urian Jane did much playful attention to the from pixies to learn the law of Bismarck. He is nothing if not a dedicated scholar. With all that water out of the way, we'll be able to venture quite some distance. MSQ must be hiding around here somewhere. This is amazing! I can't even see the surface. Bismarck must be powerful indeed to create a dome of this size. I can only pray to whichever gods are listening that it continues to hold. I remember being impressed by the domes of the Ruby Sea, but this makes them look like bubbles in a stream. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We arrived in the Tempest safe and dry. 'Tis here that we will find the lair of MSQ, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For Nastian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee into the rift, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus I'm all but certain that this underwater realm harboureth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. Oh my god, the music is so beautiful. Up with who? Innerwell at Venmont Yard, okay. Now as for where we should be looking, I'd rather doubt MSQ will be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches, and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house the strongholds. Did MSQ really just make an underwater base? That's wild. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet, and I like to be slippery. Oh my gosh, I love our companions. They are such... they're so wonderfully written. I adore them so much. How is the netherite? Oh, look, they're just here, standing next to the ether current. I think Thancred has the right idea, but I can't help but wondering what MSQ would be doing down here without the aid of gills and fins. This outcrop seems natural enough. The ocean floors... you. Cause this ether, it's not like I've ever seen. My god, I love this game. It is... Gosh, I've been thinking, I've been playing all these other games. Why have I been wasting my time on them? The gloom down here is so suffocating compared to that endless night sky we saw. I suppose MSQ had nowhere else to go. What about that Lord's formation over there? Not out of the ordinary here, as far as I can tell. Imagine they have, like, nut bounties. I mean, that's a freaking building right there. Amphisbaena. That was a monster in some of the previous Final Fantasies. Oh, there is a bounty for these guys. The music on Nani? Oh, this guy must have been so surprised when a bubble showed up. Same with all these sea creatures. We ran this way. Push on. Feeding all people is more of a challenge these days. With every catch there are fewer fish, and so we must consider alternatives. But one thing we'll never consider is leaving this place. It is our sole refuge from the killing lights in the depths. I like that they're just talking to me as if I'm just a normal sight down here. Greetings, honored guest. How may I be of service? What do you do here? I'm Keeper of Tales. Much was lost in the flood, and so this duty is more important than ever. How else are the younglings to learn from our mistakes and build a better world? Earth must educate the core, as well as others who have forgotten our history and wisdom of our forebears. Long ago we had another home in the south, until it vanished with the flood. Those who escaped wandered in search of a new home, until they came to these ruins and claimed them for their own dough. The cups, we call them, for the alcoves into which the wanderers huddled to weather the killing lights. Thus did they survive. We honor them to this day by preserving the name and protecting this place, now and ever after. Many here may treat you oddly, but it is not out of disrespect, but under familiarity. I pray you do not take offense, sir. None taken, my good sir. Pausch Un. Why have you come here, land dweller? Land dweller, I've come here. Such a rare and wonderful pleasure it is to receive a finless one. I do hope you enjoy your time here in the cups. They're so friendly. The others may claim the withdrawings of the water changes everything, but I do not think so. For generations have we guarded these ruins we call home, and we shall continue to do so for generations to come. Gemstone trader! Trade with me, gemstone seller. If you come to trade for this one, I'm afraid you're destined for disappointment. My goods are not yet arrived. Oh. Finless ones, here. Sure us. The finless ones, they followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Ah, so this is where the Undo make their home. I'd wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not yet aware of your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct a more urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Bring on me. Are you the emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The mysteries have us stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you're the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you're not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our present meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Undo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emetzog's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lands upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility. But if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... Do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities I had with the Ondo? The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that is the right approach. We can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? The chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we'll tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain our ultimate dramatic arrival hath thrown the settlement into confusion. Will you resolve such problems as we have caused, I assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical to them. They may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I have nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation. Thus, I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We will make allies of the Ondo. Then it is settled. Ishtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. You are Alvino's friend. You won't believe who I just bumped into. This is Palsone, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. Waited, and you did not come. Then Mr. came, but his visits did not continue. I'm truly sorry, Palsone. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there all we can do for you by way of apology? Perhaps. Where the dry return. A cavern to the north is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crabs, for we are the swifter swimmers. But now there's no water, we run, and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many. Ah, I believe I could be assistance there. And what's of you? If you've not found a task, you're most welcome to join me, and indeed, I should appreciate the company, where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. Okay, what time is it? I do need to wake up early. So maybe I should be calling it night. I've attuned to this. Well, we've started a brand new adventure. Yeah, I'll wrap things up here. I know I'm pretty much by myself in here, but if anyone's there, thanks for spending time with me. I'll try to stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wait, Ham? No hope? How are you doing, Ham? My god, this game is so good! I freaking love this game. It actually is. After coming back to it, it is one of my favorite games that I've played in a while. I noticed you were still playing Path of Exile. How's that been treating you? I kinda wanna wait for the next big update. Maybe when Druid comes out, when they smooth things over a little bit. Yeah. I think that's when I'll play it again. And by then, on Epoch now? Oh, last Epoch? I heard that one's really good. Like, if you want an action RPG, that's the one to play. They had a big update recently, right? Gosh, there's so many games I want to play. I wish I had more time. I desperately wish I had more time. But that's life, I suppose. But I heard, as of now, Last Epoch is probably the better game at the moment. As much as I enjoyed Path of Exile, but it very much needs some time in the oven. Very, very, very much so. And that's okay. It's an early access game, it's kinda what we expected, right? My god, the music in this game, it's gonna make me... It makes me feel such things. There was a game I was thinking about playing again. No, I think I was kind of in the mood for solo, single player games. But I do want to play... Path of Exile again. I kind of miss it, but I do want to wait for the next update. Because it was kind of fun just running around. Just smashing things. You know? It has the bones to be a really good game. But I do believe that its connection to Path of Exile 1 might be a huge problem for it in the future. They've bitten quite a bit. They might have bitten off more than they can chew. Miss Badger? Hello! Wait! Guess what? I can touch my toes! And look! I can touch some kitty toes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. I can touch my toes. Ooh. Oh yeah, feels good. Look at these cat toes. Those? This is my new... That's my cat Astra. She is very cute. She is my adorable darling baby. Very pretty, actually. Oh, I think so too. She's such a pretty girl. They just turned 1 year old. How are you, Miss Badger? You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. How's Guild Wars 2 treating ya? I really wanted... I finally made my way back to Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm amazed at how much I love this game. I just got up. Good morning. Getting up a tea. Good morning tea, Miss Badger. I hope your tea is delicious. How you been? I haven't caught you on for some time. Yeah, I've been a bit busy. I've just been really busy taking care of my uncle lately. His condition has been getting a bit worse, and so it's been keeping me quite busy, and I'm trying to teach myself video editing and with my new cats. Yeah. It's hard to find the time and energy, and plus kind of things were happening. But I'm hoping to get back to streaming regularly again. We'll see. I'm sorry to hear, but glad you're doing well in other bits too. Yeah. Things are kind of trudging along. Hopefully I can make something of it one day. But it's good to see you, Miss Badger. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing Final Fantasy for a while. I missed this game dearly. I stopped playing it in the first expansion right before the second one came out. And I very much enjoyed it. And now that I'm back, oh man, this game is good. Time for a haircut, boy. You're totally right. I do need a haircut. Although there are some people who do like my hair long, but I do prefer to keep my hair shorter. You know, I never played FF. Really? It's actually... I gotta be honest, it's staggeringly good. It's amazing. I didn't play... So, they have a free trial. You can play up to Stormblood, which is the second expansion. I played through it recently, last month, and it is very good. Heavensward, absolutely amazing story. Stormblood is also very good. And I'm in the Shadowbringers now, which is the 3rd expansion, which requires a subscription. And my god, it's a very, very good. It's a very, very, very good story. Wonderful characters, wonderful story, wonderful setting, really good music. Only seen gameplay and some streams, but I think there's too many FF games. They're not really related to each other. They just share the same name. Honestly, they could have their own names, but they just call it Final Fantasy. Vaughtry being the MMO. 11 is also an MMO, but they actually have really, really good stories. I'm surprised at how good the story is for 14, being that it is an MMO. It feels like a proper role-playing game, RPG. Yeah, despite being an MMO, it is a story-focused game. And I very, very much enjoy it. Alf, you know this little shit. I'm just kidding, not a little shit, but he has like all these different arcs, you know, between a child too big for his britches, you know, acting too big for his britches, to becoming humbled, to having a redemption arc where he realizes his flaws and his limitations, to growing to becoming actually a really wonderful character throughout the story. I started playing Strayus. The one with the kitty, right? That's a really, really cute game. What are you thinking of it? Still, I would say we have reduced the local crowd population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Pashon, this was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which you must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam aimless and lost until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. I am still in the first area, I think. Kind of struggling finding something. Oh! It does seem like a game that you wander around as a little kitty cat, just doing all your little kitty things. It's super cute. I saw someone like trip somebody, make them drop their phone, and then you'd pick it up and run away with it and they chase you. It's like the cutest thing. But I can imagine, like, with all those things you can do, there's so many things to be able to find. And where do you find it? As meows and purrs. Oh my gosh. Wait, am I thinking of a different game? No, Stray is the more of an adventure game, right? That's kind of intense. Wait, there's multiple cat games. No, Stray is the more adventure one. Kind of more... I was thinking about the completely wrong game. This is like the post-apocalyptic one. Where you hide from robots and crazy things, right? Oh, the poor kitty in that world. Oh, that must be so exciting. It is interesting playing while going through a hero's journey as a cat. It looks really fun. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. What's going on? That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers to the eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming in this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you'll find warm welcome here. Truly astonishing history. I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. Your presence serves us to bring us the same. There'll be no doubt in the matter. It would seem our early decision was the correct one. We thank you for your lesson, Bao Shaon. We'll continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you decide to help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. Alvino is a good boy. A lot of people didn't like him at first because he was acting too big for his britches, a little too overconfident in his ability. But he does grow into an amazing. I do like him quite a lot. We should return to the task at hand. Only do not try to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. Oh. This really does have a wonderful story. The ancients. Oh. Ah. Have you learned aught of note? Fascinating. Precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm the theory I've been working on. Come. So you've been playing Strazer. Seemed like a really fun one. Hail, finless one, welcome to the Cups. Long have I wanted to converse with one of your kind. I am called Narosh Kol. How may I address you? Who's Deimos? Curious. Before we speak at length, there's something I would show you. Let us leave behind the cups and head due wests. Come. I got gifted last year, so it's time to yeah! It's so easy to let your backlog build up. So it's good that you've decided to play your game. I'm sure. Deimos it is. I've been using the surname Deimos for like decades now. And it's so funny to have it's the name of a moon of, I think, what was it, moon of Jupiter? Oh, moon of Mars. And so I thought it was just such a cool name to pick up. And apparently so does a lot of other people. I mean, it's named after like a Greek mythology too, so it's not like it's gonna be used in so many different places. Oh. Okay, I gotta wrap things up though. Is it Greek? I had no clue. Yeah. Or is it... Let me double check. It's wrapped in Greek mythology. Yeah, Greek mythology. But I'm mean, it's very cool. I like that if you see a picture of Deimos, it's like a really lumpy moon. It's not a it's not a beautiful moon at all, but I quite like the look of it. It's kind of lumpy. Oh yeah, look at that thing. Okay, you know what? Let me browser share. Not Discord. That is definitely not what I want to share. This one? Oh, look at this lumpy moon. There be Deimos. It kind of reminds me of cheese, to be honest. Look at that. I feel like it's appropriate. I don't know. It just fits. It just fits what I like. Who's this? Who's that? Oh wait, God of War Ragnarok. Deimos is one of the characters. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Well, I suppose I should call it a night though and start unwinding. I gotta wake up early tomorrow to take care of my uncle. But oh my gosh, it was nice talking to you again, Miss Badger. I can still touch my toes. And have you been practicing your toe touches, Miss Badger? I'm kidding. Okay, let's see who to say hi to. There's a VTuber that I'm quite fond of. I wonder. Glad I've caught you, best wishes. Oh, thank you for those kind words. Yes, I can tell. Oh, wait! You've been, oh, you're amazing, Miss Badger. You are, that is stunning. Okay. I learned to do it while you still stream regularly. I'm hoping to stream regularly again, but things just get kind of busy. But that's actually amazing. The fact that you kept with it and now had a lot of no pressure. Oh, believe me, I do want to start streaming regularly again. But we'll see. Oh my. But I'm actually super proud of you. You kept with it. Now you can touch your toes. It's actually cool. I find it so hard to be able to keep doing things consistently like that. And it is something to be proud of. Oh my gosh. I don't know who to rate. if at all. I might just call it a night here. But I'll try to keep a schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights. I'm less busy on those days. Well, that's the only consistent thing I do, probably. I should go back to getting fitter. It's okay. It's okay to take your time and kind of build up to it. You know? If you can... Went on holiday and ate like it was last day. Oh, holidays are the best, though. All the food. That deliciousness. It's hard to say no to that. And what's a better time to enjoy yourself and enjoy food than on the holidays, you know? You gotta enjoy some of your days. It's okay. I think it's okay too. I try to enjoy food on regular days too, like cooking what I feel like eating and such. Yeah. That's wonderful. I have a bad habit of going for like processed food. It's not a good thing. So, I mean, that already is... I mean, I feel like food is one of those... Food is one of the things we should enjoy when we get a chance to. You know, we gotta do it, might as well enjoy it, right? Wait, this person is in the same part of the story as me, but they're in Japanese. I have not made any Final Fantasy XIV friends just yet. Do do do. Alright. Well, I'll try to do my thing Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from now on. I'll probably just end it here. It was nice chatting with you again, Miss Badger. And maybe we'll catch each other in maybe PD's stream or maybe here. And yeah. Alright, you have a wonderful morning, Miss Badger. And Ham, you have a wonderful day. Hope you're enjoying the gaming. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to play something. Alright, good night everybody.